Good evening, viewers. You are watching Sunu Side Tv weekly news with me, Ibrahim Esnyai from Farafenni. Over the weekend, the Human Rights Club of Farafenni Senior Secondary School, in collaboration with Amnesty International and the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Schools, recently organized a training on cyberbullying. The initiative aimed to educate students on the risks and consequences of cyberbullying, as well as equip them with skills to navigate online spaces safely and respectfully. Abdurrahman Conte, a teacher and one of the organizers, explained the purpose of the training.
This is Farafenni Senior Secondary School Human Rights Club. Today we are having a program here for the students again, and this is on cyberbullying. It's being sponsored by Amnesty Senegal through what we call the Human Rights Training Schools. We know the internet is a place that provides platforms now for different activities, and as much as the internet is used for something good, it can also be used for something bad. And we need our students to know about these bad things. So cyberbullying is something where someone is being harassed or someone is being hurt via social media or via the internet in a way of either exploiting the individual or trying to shame the individual, something that will bring harm to that person. And we strongly believe that this is a violation of human rights.
He emphasized the school's commitment to creating supportive environment, both online and offline, where students can thrive without fear of harassment or bullying.
This workshop is all about cyberbullying for students, and we are really hoping that it will go through and they will learn a lot from the program, so that at the end of the day, they'll be aware of the dangers of the internet. As much as there are good things about the internet, those dangers are what we want to bring to their concern, and so that they can be able to protect themselves while they are online.
Hadija Rijal and Kemo Travale shared their takeaway from the training.
People are using the media now to bully people, to bully others, like sending videos and the social media, threatening people, sending images, like message calls. Those are what I learned in that is a bad thing, and then people should stand on it. And then the way to prevent it, it's like enforcing law, like making people to abide by the law, not to disobey the law. When we see people doing about those kind of things, we have to report them to the law, and then the law should punish them.
Today, I have learned a lot about cyberbullying, and it teaches me a lot. It teaches me how to interact with one another in online. It teaches me not to send my images or my texts to other people that I don't know.
They urge their fellow students to use the internet responsibly and respectfully, emphasizing that online actions have real-life consequences.
Well, the advice that I have for them is that not everyone they see on online they should send their images or videos on there, because there are some people you may trust them and then at the end they break your trust, and which is a bad thing, and then that will make the person to feel fear, anxiety, and so many things.
As students, you can make the better use of the internet by researching your questions or assignment. After that, you can pack your phone and make your books as your friends.
Amadou Diallo, the facilitator of the training, took the opportunity to stress the significance of cyberbullying training.
We all will agree that technology is growing, then people are using it to advance their lives. It is important to help young people understand that cyberbullying is a reality, that it exists, that there are people on the social media who are not just using it for the goodness sake, but to actually harm people. So because of this, we want to discuss with them so as we can, remind one another that this exists, but also how does it exist. Some people might not understand actually what cyberbullying is. Some people might be bullies themselves, but they don't know. Some might be bullied, but they don't know. Some might know, but they don't know how they should be helped or how they can seek help. So this session is to help us discuss some of these things.
He shared valuable insight on how to recognize, report, and prevent cyberbullying, empowering students to create safer and digital environments.
Internet shouldn't be abused in any way or form. That is one thing that young people need to know, that mobile phones or the internet is to be utilized the positive way, so as to help them with their studies, to help them research further, to help them connect with the wider world in a positive manner and a positive way. So if you are one person who is using it to abuse it, that is to put harm or a threat of harm to somebody else, you need to rethink that it is not the purpose, that is not good, that let us know that cyberbullying should end with us, that if you are committed to ending it, then if each one talks to someone, then someone somewhere might stop cyberbullying, then those bullied too might be free.
Football being the major sporting activity in the Gambia, it is sad to see Farafenni sports scene struggling. Coaches and players are crying out for better facilities, specifically an upgrade to the Farafenni mini stadium, which is their main hub, is in a bad shape and they need it upgraded to boost players' performance. Our team went to some training grounds and it is clear that they are eager for change. What is needed now is action. Tunde Male and Mohamed Kosare Jallo of Timeless FC shared their view.
We want improved facilities in Farafenni. Because of Farafenni is having a mini stadium. We have a stadium with pavilion, but fans have been requesting covered, and us coaches and players want a grass pitch or an artificial turf that can improve players' performance. We all want development, although infrastructural development is a gradual process. Since the stadium has been here for the past 20 years now, we are expecting improvement. But we know that if Farafenni have a better playing turf, there will be a lot of improvement in players' performance. Like the teams in summer have been used to play in that pitch. Farafenni, we are training in the sandy pitch, is what we have been used to. So like if competition came, going to that ground, those that are consistently training that ground have more advantage.
And Farafenni am nañ terrain foog naa ne loolu daawtatut kenn Gambia youth yaa ngi génn dem develop seen bopp si biti and then ñu ngi dem prove seen bopp si biti because soo xoolee right now comme soo nekkee di follow divisional football bi like comme di nga gis every week di nga dégg doomi Farafenni mu ngi toj especially recently yaa ngi gis comme like ñoom fansu Sadio Mba suñu ati so every week yaa ngi seetaan fansu Diba mu ngi school di assist every week so ñoom magnet fale ne la nga ñun ñëpp they are youths of Farafenni and then talents fii lañ jógee fii lañ starté seen football fii lañ développé comme soo xoolee ñu ngi am ñaata third division teams bëri na waaye suñu amutee ground bu correct si fii nii even team bi su qualifié dafa demaat mu ñëw because doo mën a wax ne da ngaa qualifié second division nga dem nga war a génne di play outside dafa métti trop because yow home advantage dafa over important si football because ñu ñëpp ñu ngi seetaan football because without ground bi pour ñu am second division team dafa métti trop te suñu amutee second division team duñ mën a market suñ boy si as numbers comme individual la gars yi di mën a demee te individual foog gars yi génna gars yi dem play si outside teams yu nga xamante ne ñooñu ñu ngi pare pour dem te tamit yaa ngi train si suuf bi every day weekly once nga day am chance pour dem play capet kañ la sa play di catch up ne gars yi dañu door di understand how to play in that capet ak yooyu noonu so mu ngi over the stop.
Matar Haidara and Babukar Sen of Balangar United echoed similar concerns.
lack of facilities moo xamante ne ñu ngi ko nekk di face dafa nekk di delloo gannaaw si suñu football trop so I believe ne Farafenni comme ni nga wax rek am nañ ground bi am nañ talent bi waaye xëy na facilities yi moo des ak support bi.
suñ ko amoon comme li nga xam ne football yi Farafenni bi du ñuy gis kon football yi combo yi ñuy play dañ ko ëwalaa gis Farafenni fii parce que xam naa ñuy play combo tamit daxawuñu ko tamit da ngaa xool doomi Farafenni ñu ngi jógoo combo ñu ngi def ñu ngi toj loolu comme su ko seetloo classe yi ñoom alaay seen ñoom pratique seen télé bi yëpp fii la dalee gars yi dem combo def loolu tamit waaw ñoom umfang yi yëpp da ngay gis ñu yëpp football yi yëpp Farafenni la gars yi dëkk tamit waaye suñu gën a tof suñu amoon tof fii nii da ngay gis loolu xam naa ne moom mooy loolu.
They are calling on the government, private sectors and local authorities to come to their aid.
We are still asking the Minister of Sports, the government, the chairman of the area council to look back at Farafenni. That there are a lot of potential in Farafenni. But with infrastructural development in terms of the football grounds, the football pitches, can bring a lot towards Farafenni football development, player improvement. And now in the footballing world, it's business. Players can transform themselves and their families in the twinkle of an eye. So we also want Farafenni to be part and parcel of that. We also want to see green pitches in Farafenni, more especially Farafenni mini stadium, and also other areas within the provincial areas. Let us see how to transform bachelor football that's going to benefit everybody.
kon ñoo xam ne daal ñu amee wàllum football bi daal ñoom ñoo war a mën a jàppale time bi da ngaa xool time boo Gambie seen football yi time boobu tukki problème na léegi waaye time bi football yaa ngi ëpp laa tukki te yéen yaa ngi ñëw tamit booy te time bi football moom ñu bëri ñu fi time bi ñu bëri seen bët yaa ngi ibbeeku time bi nii.
bilif naa ne nag buñ amoon ñoo xamante ne ñamoon nañ fii ñu invest ñu pare fii ñëw ñu def investment si grâce au football bi ay bilif ne gars yi dinañ si benefit a lot because boo xoolee fii football yi Farafenni for the past 5 years laa mun a wax am nañ sax football yi nga xamante ne ñu ngi play si national level many people tamit yu nga xamante ne jaaree nañ fii si grassroots Farafenni tey am nañ trial bi nga xamante ne dem nañ Europe pour follow seen destination future yi so ñu ngi ooj ñëpp daal bu fekkee ne gars mun nañ ñëw ñu support ñu dimbale team yi dinañ ñu favor trop te dinañ ko appreciate a lot pour ñu mën a développer football yi Farafenni ak grassroots football at large talent bi mu ngi fi loof bi mu ngi fi fit bi mu ngi fi ak passion bi so ñu ngi ooj gars yi ñu ñëw.
Farafenni have talent because ñun nekkul loolu we have léegi nekkul benn professional la ñu am sax we have 3 to 4 professional players yu nga xam ne they are all from Farafenni te fii lañ starté play so government bi booy comme lu ñu gars yi mën a dimbale nekkul government bi képp ku nga xam even doomi Farafenni bu nga xamante ne comme mun ngaa dimbale Farafenni like li soo ko defee nekkul comme benn nit nga ko nekk di defal nekkul man nga ko nekk di defal nekkul kenn nga ko defal comme Farafenni nga ko nekk di defal te ku nekk moo si mën a njëriñoo because daf si dee baax léegi wala léegi tamit nga def dara nga ne kii suma dëkk la jógee wala moom maa def lii kii fi lañ ko gisee da ngaa gis ne lu nga invest yaa ngi si gis sa bopp because dëgg-dëgg du ma la fenal suñu investale Farafenni la ñu dimbale ñu la ñu développal ñu suñu stadium bi suñu stadium bi mënuñ ko développe su kenn mu ne am spécial laanam mu développe laan boobu noonu booy comme mu organise foofu noonu booy nit yi di play foofu noonu as division wala play foofu noonu di compete foofu noonu booy trust me di nga market players anyhow you feel like because agent bu fi ñëw teg tànkam di nga yóbbu player.
In a separate training, the Human Rights Club of Farafenni Senior Secondary School organized a training on child labor. Parents and community members learn about the dangers of child labor, a step forward in promoting rights and safety of children. Momoduba explained that the child labor workshop aims to sensitize parents, teachers, and community members on the issue, emphasizing that the child labor is a form of child abuse. He urged parents and the community to take full responsibility and ownership in stopping child labor.
So today we are organizing a workshop on child labor and child's right. I think you'll agree with me that child labor has been a very important topical issues. Now, wherever you go in the markets, garages, you see children involved in child labor. Children that are supposed to be in school, studying, sent to the market to go and sell or go to the farms, or engage in other economic ventures, depriving them from the most important need of a child, which is education. So it is against this background that we decided to organize this workshop to sensitize parents, teachers, and community members about the important need for us to work together collaboratively to end child labor.
Highlighting the importance of protecting children's rights and ensuring their safety and education, it is time for us to act now, he stressed.
Well, first and foremost, we have to understand that children have been protected by the United Nations Convention on the Right of the Child, the African Charter on the Right and Welfare of the Child, and even by the Gambian Constitution. So we as parents and teachers and community members, we have a duty to make sure that the children enjoy those rights. So child labor is child abuse. So we should encourage the children to go to school to learn skills rather than taking them to the streets or the market or the farms to do domestic chores, So I think it's a collective responsibility that we have to make sure that we help the children to fulfill those rights.
Alassane Sane, the Regional Social Welfare Officer of NBR, shed light on some of the key factors contributing to child labor, likely including poverty, lack of access to education, and social pressure.
There are many factors that leads to child labor, not only one factors. That can be religious factors is there, community factor is there, and then also cultural factors are there, and then also economic factors are there. All those are factors relating to child labor.
He emphasized on how these factors put vulnerable children at risk and highlight the need for collective action to address them.
I think what is most crucial to mitigate this child labor issue is to create awareness raising. The communities need to be sensitized, people need to be informed about the causes, root causes of this child labor and what can be done. Much more is communities awareness raising. People need to be aware because of the misconceptions people have regarding this child labor. Communities need to be aware so that people can know the factors and people can know what are the factors that leads to this child labor issues. What measures can be taken also so that at least, if not eliminated, but can be drastically reduced. My advice to the general community is to refer cases to the relevant authorities. We have our relevant authorities regarding these child protection issues because most of these cases are happening, in the communities, at the schools, at the car park, everywhere. But the challenges we have is that people don't refer cases to the relevant authorities. Most of the time, people have to use this Muslaha syndrome to resolve the cases at the community level, which is not helpful to the in terms of child protection. So what is important for them is to refer the cases to the relevant authorities so that measures can be taken to reduce these child protection issues.
Chief Okunta, a parent and a participant, emphasized that parents must step up and take responsibility for their children's well-being to tackle child labor.
I want to seize this opportunity to advise all of us to take our responsibilities as parents, as teachers, as elders in the society to comb the menace of this child labor that is very rampant in our community. Because I know as a father, as a mother, as an elderly man in the community, if we take up our responsibilities, the issue of child labor will be a thing of the past. Because we are the root cause of child labor. We talk about those children on the street. People are exploiting unnecessarily, using them for cheap labor. We are the cause. If you take up our responsibilities as parents to train our children, they will not fall into the wrong hand, where they will be exploited, where they will be used for hard labor, only to pay them a chicken change. Because people take advantage of those children on the street.
Farafenni said that the training boosted her confidence to advocate for children's rights. She advised parents to empower their kids with self-worth and teachers to incorporate rights education, ensuring children know their entitlements and can speak up.
What I learned from child labor, from the training that I just got, is as a parent or as a teacher, you should always protect your child. You understand? You always monitor, like know what your children is up to, and make sure that their voice are heard. Because sometimes they go through some situations where they feel scared to express themselves. So you, as a parent, having constant communication with your children or with your student, in fact, as a teacher, it helps the student to even talk more about things that are hidden, because sometimes they go through emotional trauma and name it, many other stuffs in the society that they feel scared to disclose with people. So you, as an guidance or as a teacher or a parent, you should have that communication with your student or your child to be able to help the person to speak for themselves. The role of teachers is teaching the students, because mostly teachers spend half of the day with the students, like over 8 hours, almost 8 hours or 9 hours. So students sometimes they believe they are teachers more than any other person in the society. So you take your students, teach them about life, teach them about their right, let them know what they are supposed to do, what they should have. Because you cannot teach somebody and you cannot be with somebody that doesn't know her right or his right. So stakeholders in the society should also make sure that child labor is omitted by taking measures that will help the students to even know what they are supposed to do, or even prevent themselves when they see dangers. You understand? Like when they are about to be involved in this child labor, they should go and make a report or do whatsoever that they have to do for themselves.
Thank you for watching. Follow us next week for more news from Farafenni. Have a good night.